to another episode of Go With The Flow. Today's episode will consist of a mixture of some things. But before anything, make sure to share this, like, and subscribe. And check out my socials. They're going to be in the link below. Also, I wanted to make a little shout out to my mom's page. I will also put it in the link below. She's a cosmetologist. She does hair, etc. But before we start today's episode, I have a mini story time for you guys. Let's just say I went to the club this past weekend, right? It's called Monopoly. It's here in Bakersfield. Well, it's there in Bakersfield. I don't live in Bakersfield. Anyways, so that was my first club experience, right? So I went with some friends and, I thought it was going to be boring, but it turned out to actually be really fun. And I would go again, just probably next time I'll just make sure, you know, I'm aware because I seen some things that I was just like, what is going on? All right, so when I was going to the club, first things first, loud music, strobe lights. I was like, where's everybody at? And I was just like all lost in crap. And right when I go in, some drunk guy comes next to me. He's like, hey, what's your name? And I'm all like, Eddie. You know how you have to yell because it's like so loud. And then he's like, why ain't you drinking? Mind you guys, he was so drunk, like he was really drunk. And I told him, well, I'm driving, I live all the way in Wasco, and it's a long drive. He was like, oh, you want me to buy you something? I was like, no, like I told you I don't drink. And so by that time I was just kind of annoyed because his breath smelled like, when somebody's drunk and they don't have nothing to eat and they just drink alcohol. No offense, but yeah, like I was like, yeah, I don't want to drink. Thank you. But I was just like, oh no, boy, like, you better get out of my face right now. And no, he kept on insisting. And then he like put his arm around me. And I was like, hello, security? But I was just like, mind you, I mean, he was handsome. I will give him that. But he was also very, very drunk. So I was like, don't act like you like me. And it's like, it's literally what they say, like, don't, trust anybody at the club. Like, people at the club, they're just looking for something. Knowing, I was like, you don't have nobody. I kept the conversation going. I was like, you don't know nobody here? Like, you're not with no one? And he was like, no, I came by myself. And then he was like, this is the last time you're going to see me. And I was like, okay. I was like, bye. Okay. So I kept on going, and me and my friends, we went into the middle of the dance floor. And we started dancing. I was like, hey. And I looking back at me, and he's following me all around, like, the whole dance. I was like, no, hombre, like, who's this guy? I was like, dude, I'm like, why is he following me? And so I was just like, can you not follow me? Thank you, I'm with my friends. I told him politely. He was like, okay, I see how it is. I was like, no, like, it's nothing personal. It's just I don't know you. Like, you're touching me. You're coming all up on me, And it's just like, the fuck? Like, no, bye. So I told him, look, politely, like, I don't know what you want me to do. Like, I'm here trying to have fun. I want to have fun. Bye. Thank you. And so, well, he left, and I guess some guy got him, and they left. I don't know. It was weird. It was really weird. But throughout the whole night, there was just like these random guys trying to like get at my girlfriends, like all my friends that were there, and like they were trying to make the girls twerk on him. It was just, era un desmadre, te lo juro, like, era un desmadre. But I had fun. I don't know about them, but I had fun. I mean, they were kind of worried at first because like all the guys were staring at them. It's kind of like, like the little fishes, and then like the sharks are all swimming around us. And then my girlfriends had the audacity to start twerking on me. So I had all eyes on me. the biggest, tallest guy there. Literally, I was like, fuck, they're gonna beat me up after this. I was like, I need to be ready. But I was like, no, like, I'm not a fighter though. Like, I don't know what I'm gonna do. And so, yeah, era un desmadre, pero I had fun. So, without further ado, that was just a little story time of my weekend. Um, Next time I go to the club, I'll make sure I record. I'm gonna put a clip up right here so you guys can see a little sneak peek of how it was. But yeah, overall, my weekend was good. And yeah, comment down below how was your guys' weekend. I want to know everything XYZ. Um, but before we get started, let's take some time to breathe and get into this. Let's get into it. All right. So I know you guys seen on the title, you know what this podcast is gonna be about. Um, I want to start off with some things I wish I knew growing up. And yes, some of you are gonna be like, well, you can't know everything. You know, that's very true. It's a given in this life. We're born not knowing everything, and you know, quite literally not knowing anything. Um, but as I got older, I wish I understood some of these concepts that I understand now. And let me get my notes here. A few of them are: one, I wish I would have known to focus and save myself first. Oftentimes, I come off as a people pleaser and I come off as too caring, which I won't lie, I'm very caring, and I love very deeply and I love very passionately. So, with that being said, I feel like if I would have focused on myself like around high school, you know, imagine the success I would have had. And so oftentimes we get inside our heads, you know, I'm telling you guys what I feel, but I also want to like translate it into your guys' lives because I know that you guys can relate with some of the things that I'm talking about. Um, so focusing on yourself, that's like the most important thing any teenager can do. When you're a teenager, you know, you're in high school. Um, you think that high school is gonna last forever. But let me tell y'all, high school does not last forever. Once you turn 18, reality drops like a damn gumball out of the machine. And if you're not somewhat ready or understanding of what the world is really like, it's gonna hit you big time. So that's something that I wish I focused on myself more in high school instead of focusing on others. The second one is saving money is a big one. I wish I would have saved every penny I had, you know. It would make my life a lot easier now. I'm not saying that my life is extremely hard right now. I'm really blessed. I have my parents, I have a home, I wake up, I get to eat, you know, all the things that anyone could ask for, especially the less fortunate. So I'm really blessed and I thank God for that. Um, but yeah, one thing I wish I would have understood is to save your money. So save your money, guys. This is your sign. Save your fucking money. The third one is to invest in myself and build something of my own. Currently, what this podcast is me investing in myself and building something. Maybe if I would have known it before, you know, the outcome or the trajectory would have been much different now. But because I didn't know that, well, it's, let me just put it like this: it's never too late to create your own dream. It's never too late to start something. The moment you're too late is when you're dead, unfortunately. It's never too late to start something. No matter what age you are, no matter how you look, Don't let those, barriers bring you down. We are all very capable of so much. So don't put yourself down. That's another one that I wish I understood. But look, we're here now. So what can I say? You know, it is what it is. Life goes on. We must get over it. I wish I would have understood finances. I wish high school would have taught us taxes. Like, I didn't have to know the damn algebra formula. Like, and then my high school teacher, she would drill me so much because I didn't understand it. Dude, I suck at math. Like, all the algebraic functions, SOHCAHTOA, geometry. No, no. All that stuff, it was just mind boggling. Yeah, I wish they would have taught us like how to do our taxes, how to file for our taxes, and all that stuff. The things that we truly need. Porque ahora, like, I don't know nothing about that, you know? And it just sucks that we live in a system where we are taught the literally bare minimum. Like, we're literally taught what the system and the government has for us. The government just wants workers. They don't want people creating their own businesses. They don't want people influencing. That's the same reason why they're taking off TikTok. You guys think that this TikTok ban is just for nothing? No. It's to make China look bad and the US government using China as a scapegoat. That's why they're doing that, and they're realizing that TikTok is making much more, and also little small creators like me, like others, you know, we're finding loopholes, and the US government is catching up to that, and that's the same reason why they're on a TikTok ban. But yeah, so another one that I wish I've the another thing I wish I knew growing up is that it's okay to make mistakes. All right, I want to get into that one because I'm a very self-critical person, and I don't give myself space to make errors. I feel like I criticize myself really, really hard, and let me know if you guys can relate. But whenever you start to like criticize yourself a lot, you start to bring your own self down. Isn't the goal to be self-loving? You know, so why do we choose? The mistake isn't the problem. It's what you do after is the problem. If something happens in your life that is bad, and then after you start criticizing yourself about it and shaming yourself about it, what better is that going to do? Instead of sitting down, thinking logically, finding a solution, we go straight to criticizing and self sabotaging ourselves. Guys, don't do that, please. It'll just lead you to a rabbit hole of depression and anxiety. I know from firsthand. Um, I've learned to manage my emotions. I've learned emotional intelligence, and I feel like that's something that you guys should really look into if you guys are struggling with how to respond to the mistakes you make. Don't shame yourself for them. You're human. That's just the most advice I can give you guys. Another thing I wish I knew is keeping your priorities straight. Keeping your priorities straight goes a long way. Anything you do in this life, make sure you do it for the good and for the greater purpose and for yourself. Everything you do, no matter what it is, it can be the smallest task. It can be helping out an old lady crossing the street. Make sure you do it to the fullest potential with love. Do everything with love. Um, but at the end of the day, keep your priorities straight as well. Let me give you guys an example. Me, I'm doing a podcast and content creating, and I'm going to school, and I work 2 days out of the week. So if I don't prioritize each of those things, eventually all of the things I have right here are going to all go down together. But at the center of all of it is myself. I have to prioritize my mental health. I have to prioritize my financial health and the well being of my family and taking care of my family, giving them love, giving them attention. For me, that's my priority. And when it comes to like when it comes to the extensions of me, my podcast is an extension of me, my content is an extension of me, and work is an extension of me. All those things don't define who I am. What defines who I am is how I present myself and how I am to others in real life. And I feel like oftentimes we let like these existential things get to us, and we let these failures on the outside um, kind of label us of who we are. Don't do that, you know? Like I said, it'll lead you to a rabbit hole of depression and anxiety. The last but not least thing I wish I knew is to make time for yourself. And I think I don't really have to get into that one. It's pretty self explanatory. Make time for yourself. Truth is, in this day and age that we live in, um, time is an illusion when when you're when you're on the grind for something greater. So just because you're on the grind for something greater doesn't mean you don't have to give yourself time. Please give yourself time. Your soul needs it. That's it for that segment. Before I start on the conspiracy that I have created, I have not seen this one. This is something that I've thought about. The COVID theory. Okay, guys, so we've all lived through COVID 19 back on March 11th of 2020. 4 years ago. 4 years ago, guys. Tell me, really, does it feel like 4 years ago? Well, I'm going to get into that one with you guys right now. My theory on COVID 19, it's all, it's a scam. That's my theory. It's a scam. When COVID first started, we were like, what do we do? What's going on? What does the future look like, right? Couple months later, that same year, December 11th, 2020, a vaccine comes out by Pfizer and BioNTech. A vaccine within the same year. Dude, that says it all. What is going on? Like, how do they create a vaccine within those short months? My theory is this whole COVID thing, it's involved with money. What happened when COVID started? Everybody started rushing doomsday, doomsday. We started getting toilet paper. We started getting this. We started getting that. Oh my God, we're all gonna die. Bitch. 4 years later, look at us where we are. We surpassed all that. But they still haven't found a cure for cancer. They still haven't found a cure for AIDS. They still haven't found cures for many other diseases. Sickle cell. Come on. Who are we fooling? Government, if you're watching this right now, I don't care. I'm coming for you guys. So, yeah. Yeah. I mean, it really doesn't make sense to me still. And also, my other theory is I feel like there's been a time gap. Don't you guys feel like it's been 4 years since COVID? Like, what? Like, that don't even feel like right. I feel like COVID was last year. Like, I don't know. That's just like my thoughts process. But yeah, what do you guys think on the COVID issue? Something doesn't sit right with me. My intuition is very strong, and something tells me that that vaccine, I don't want to scare nobody, but there's something in the works. There's something behind the scenes that we don't see. And then, I don't know if you guys are familiar with the Ryan Garcia stuff. I was looking on Twitter about that, and I seen that he's been exposing like elites and like these elite groups, like the Bohemian Grove. If you guys haven't seen those, check into it, cause yeah, I'm not trying to scare nobody again. That's why I only chose one theory, because my podcast really isn't really surrounded about theories. You know, I talk more about different stuff. Um, but yeah, like I just don't get it. Yeah, COVID still trips me out, still to this day. Like, how are we 4 years later and the vaccines aren't as pushed as they were back in 2020? Like I said, I don't want to scare no one, but that's my theory. That brings us to the end of my segment, guys. Thank you guys for watching. Oh, wait. Cut. Thank you guys for watching. That brings us to the end of this segment. I hope to see you guys on the next one. So, bye.